When it comes to quarterbacks, you just can't avoid the topic, especially when you're talking about the Steelers and their quarterback situation. So here I am in Seattle, soaking in the atmosphere, catching the Pirates' take on the Mariners. But my mind keeps drifting back to something far more captivating than just the baseball diamond. It's that unforgettable performance from the last time the Steelers came through this city. You see, football fans here aren't just fans of one team, they're followers of all three Pittsburgh teams, and that connection runs deep. Now, if you've forgotten what that New Year's Eve game looked like, let me paint the picture for you. Mason Rudolph, the Steelers quarterback at the time, was absolutely locked in. He completed 18 of 20 passes, a remarkable stat line in its own right. But what really stuck with people wasn't just the numbers. Sure, he threw for 1 touchdown, and yes, the total yardage was modest, just 152 yards. But there was this one play that everyone talks about, this moment where Mason stayed calm under intense pressure, hanging in the pocket like he was anchored. There, he threw a pass to George Pickens, who made a jaw-dropping leap to haul it in, defying expectations and defenders alike. It was the kind of play that gets replayed in highlight reels for years. I had another story ready to roll for this episode, but then I figured it was worth a quick reminder to Steelers fans everywhere. Mason Rudolph is still very much part of the conversation. He's not just a name you hear in passing, he's someone who could very well have a significant impact in the coming season. And why wouldn't he? The current starting quarterback is pushing 41 and will hit 42 by the end of this year. He missed almost the entire last season because of an Achilles injury. And while he did manage to start every game this year, he was visibly dealing with more than a few physical challenges. To his credit, he battled through it all, refusing to be sidelined. But it was clear that there were moments where he probably should have been resting on the bench. That's where Mason comes in. If the starting quarterback isn't able to go, or if his performance dips due to those nagging injuries, you'll still need someone reliable behind him. Mason Rudolph fits that bill perfectly. And here's the thing, he's not just going to show up unprepared. From what I've seen and heard, Mason has been grinding nonstop, studying the playbook with Coach Arthur Smith, reviewing game film, and no doubt exchanging insights with the starter himself. Watching their interactions during minicamp, you can tell these guys respect each other, and Mason is ready for whatever comes next. What makes this quarterback room so interesting right now is the lack of drama. In past seasons, there was some tension. Take the example of Russell Wilson and Justin Fields sharing the spotlight. They genuinely got along, but the undercurrents were hard to miss. There were clashes, power plays, and a constant push and pull between the coach and the players over who would get the starting nod. Now, it's a clean slate. There are 4 fresh quarterbacks competing for a spot, including Will Howard and Skylar Thompson, and everyone knows exactly where they stand. The moment Aaron Rodgers steps onto campus, he's the starter. There's no debate, no discussion. Mason understands this too. He was told up front what his role would be. The front office was completely transparent with him. No games, no hidden agendas. They wanted the new quarterback, but they also want Mason as a solid backup. Someone who would be ready to step in without missing a beat. That kind of honesty and clarity creates an environment where competition can thrive without bitterness. And the bigger picture? We all saw how last season ended here in Seattle, and we all know why the team made the decisions it did. When the front office recognized the need for a dependable starting quarterback in case Rodgers couldn't go, Mason was their choice. There's a lot of value in that kind of trust. In a quarterback room, that's more about camaraderie and readiness than friction and rivalry. So even though Mason Rudolph might not always be the guy in the spotlight, he's a critical piece of this Steelers puzzle. He's the guy who keeps the engine running when things get tough, who steps up without complaint, and who reminds everyone that football isn't just about the star, it's about the team. And in this quarterback room, that spirit is alive. And well, now, shifting gears a bit, there's another name that keeps popping up when we talk Steelers, Minka Fitzpatrick. The question often comes up, does his resume with the Steelers earn him a spot in their Hall of Honor? And honestly, when you look at his career, the answer screams yes. Minka is one of those players whose impact goes beyond just stats on a sheet. Yes, he's a 5-time Pro Bowler and a 3-time first-team All-Pro, but those accolades only scratch the surface. He's got 18 interceptions, 4 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery for a touchdown, and 3 pick-sixes. Those numbers alone tell a story of a player who changed games, a player who turned defense into offense with remarkable consistency. But beyond that, Minka was a leader, a captain, someone who brought energy and professionalism every time he stepped on the field. That kind of presence is rare and invaluable in a locker room. It's true that the last couple of seasons haven't been his best. Some argue it's due to coaching schemes, some blame the supporting cast, others say it might be on him. But the truth is, none of that really matters when you look at the big picture. NFL careers are notoriously short, and what counts most is the impact you make when you're on the field. Minka made a massive impact for the Steelers, and that legacy shouldn't be diminished by a few down years. What's refreshing is to see that the organization seems to recognize this as well. A trade doesn't erase what a player has done, and hopefully Minka's next chapter will see him return to form. Miami could be exactly the kind of fresh start he needs, maybe a role closer to the line of scrimmage where he can maximize his playmaking skills and rack up interceptions once again. If that happens, everyone will look back and appreciate even more what he brought to Pittsburgh. Trades and transactions aren't just about swapping players, they're about winning games. If the Steelers get players like John Smith and Jalen Ramsey, who fill gaps and help the team win, that's what really matters. Minka's journey is his own, but his contributions to the Steelers are firmly etched in the team's history. Looking at the Hall of Honor and the criteria for inclusion, Minka's name stands out brightly. He was not only a great player, but a true Steeler in every sense. Competitive, professional, and committed, and that's a reminder of something bigger. Football is a game of constant change, and players come and go. But the ones who make it lasting mark are those who show consistency, resilience, and leadership. Minka Fitzpatrick embodies those qualities, and the respect he earned here is well deserved. Coming back to the quarterback room, there's an undeniable sense of fresh energy and opportunity. The new guys like Will Howard and Skylar Thompson bring enthusiasm and raw talent, and the competition is wide open. But amidst all that, Mason Rudolph's experience and steady presence provide a calming influence. It's a balance that could serve the Steelers well. Watching how these quarterbacks interact, how they learn from each other and push each other to be better, you realize just how crucial team dynamics are. It's not just about individual skill. It's about chemistry, trust, and preparation. Mason, with his professionalism and knowledge, sets a tone that encourages growth and collaboration. And with Aaron Rodgers in the mix as the unquestioned starter, there's a clear hierarchy that everyone respects. That clarity allows each player to focus on what they can control, their own development and readiness to contribute when called upon. It's a healthy environment, free from the tension that sometimes plagues teams with unsettled quarterback situations. As the season approaches, all eyes will be on how this group gels and performs. The Steelers' hopes ride on their quarterback play, as always, and having a strong, united room behind the scenes is a huge advantage. It's the kind of foundation that can help a team weather injuries and adversity. So whether it's Mason stepping in during a crucial moment or the young quarterbacks pushing to earn their chance, the narrative is one of resilience and readiness. The Steelers know what they want, and they've built a roster with depth and character to chase there. Goals! This story is still unfolding, and as the games come fast and furious, fans will get to see who rises to the occasion. But one thing is clear, the Steelers' quarterback room is a place of respect, preparation, and potential, with Mason Rudolph playing a key role in that mix. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL rumor mill is in full swing, and this time, it's swirling around one of the most intriguing what-ifs of the offseason. Could veteran left tackle Trent Williams be heading to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and not just to protect any quarterback, but to anchor the line for Aaron Rodgers? That's the buzz making its way through league circles, and while nothing is confirmed, insiders say the smoke may very well be signaling a fire. Williams, widely regarded as one of the premier offensive linemen in the league, has long been a fixture in San Francisco. But whispers about behind-the-scenes negotiations suggest that the 35-year-old All-Pro might be entertaining a bold new chapter in his storied career. Pittsburgh, hungry to make a deep postseason run and desperate to stabilize its offensive front, could be an ideal landing spot, but that's not even the most shocking part. Sources close to Rodgers have hinted at his admiration for the Steelers organization and its storied history. The quarterback's 2023 season in New York was tragically cut short, and with uncertainty lingering over his future there, some speculate that a fresh start in Pittsburgh, paired with elite protection in Williams, could be just what the four-time MVP needs. There's no official word from either camp, and Steelers brass have remained tight-lipped. Still, the possibility of this high-profile duo joining forces is igniting excitement across the league. A team that's often prided itself on ground-and-pound blue-collar football could be on the verge of fielding one of the most headline-grabbing offensive combinations in years. Of course, this could all be off-season smoke. But in the NFL, where fortunes turn on a dime and blockbuster trades happen when least expected, nothing is off the table. One thing is clear: if Williams and Rodgers do unite under the steel curtain, the AFC North and the entire NFL will need to take notice. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.